Buenos días, damas y caballeros. Bienvenidos al Campo Lealtad del Parque La Loma en Tepic, Nayarit, México. Para el partido número 48 de la segunda edición de la Copa Mundial Juvenil de Béisbol 5 de la Confederación Mundial de Béisbol y Softball entre Chinese Taipei y Venezuela. Representando al equipo visitante de Chinese Taipei, los jugadores titulares son, con el número 4, Xuan Shen. Con el número 6, Mi Xia Sung. Con el número 11, Yaolin Shen. Con el número 13, Xiali Xiong. Con el número 9, Wang Xian Su. Y el resto de los jugadores, con el número 7, Yongken Shen. Con el número 19, Wan Si Shen. Y con el número 22, Xiangxi Wang. El entrenador principal, Wei Kuo Feng. Y el líder de la delegación, Xu Fei Xiao. Y ahora, representando al equipo local de Venezuela, los jugadores titulares son, con el número 18, Alexander Manuel Gamboa. El oficial de primera base, Brian Manyeki, de Kenia. El oficial de segunda base, Rubén Baena, de México. El oficial de tercera base, Pablo Alberto Muñoz García, de México. Y la oficial de mesa, Caridad Tey Quiñones Pedroso, de Cuba. Ahora, damas y caballeros, los que podamos, pongámonos de pie, quitémonos los sombreros y escuchemos respetuosamente las notas del himno de Chinese Taipei. Agradecemos su atención y de igual manera los invitamos a escuchar de la manera más respetuosa el himno nacional de Venezuela. Agradecemos su atención. 10 momentos.
Another beautiful evening in Tepic, Nayarit, the host city of this WBSC Youth Baseball 5 World Cup, and another great matchup. This one, a semifinal matchup, a trip to the gold medal game on the line. It's Chinese Taipei and Venezuela. Craig Durham, happy to have you along for this highly anticipated matchup of what have proven themselves to be two of the strongest teams at this tournament. Chinese Taipei has rolled through everybody. So has Venezuela. The signature win for both teams to this point. Wins over Japan. And it was a pretty impressive straight set victory for Chinese Taipei this morning in the semifinal round, or rather the quarterfinals over Japan, that brought them into this game. So yes, the winner of this one plays tomorrow night for the gold, for the title of world champion. And the loser of this game, they will compete in the third place game tomorrow, trying to head home with the bronze. It should be good. There's a look at our international umpiring crew. The officials from Italy, Kenya, Mexico, all represented. That is Alessia Ciccone from Italy, who bounces the ball into the home plate square, allowing us to begin with Chen Chuan-Chen. The leadoff batter for Chinese Taipei, banging it off the wall on the right side, aboard with a hit. We hope you've been enjoying all the action from this second edition of the WBSC Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. Well, it was 2 years ago, not last year, but 2 years ago, the champion was Cuba. They play tonight against Mexico for a chance to get back into the World Championship game. And based on the way they've looked so far, I would say there's a pretty good chance it'll be Cuba taking on the winner of this game. Don't want to count out Mexico yet, but they had to really dig deep and use a lot of energy, beating Kenya in 3 sets earlier today. I'm curious to see how they're able to bounce back when it gets to tonight's matchup with Cuba. Chinese Taipei, you can see that they are already flying, taking a 1-0 lead in the top of the first with just 1 out. There was a runner on second, and he just didn't slow down. Got to third, kept running. Would have taken a perfect play at the plate. Venezuela unable to make that play at the plate. Would have been exceptional. And now ball on the right side, hard hit. And another run home. 2-0 Chinese Taipei. I was expecting we would get a low-scoring game, and we still may. But that's a very fast start for Chinese Taipei to put 2 on the board against Venezuela here in the first inning. Well-placed ball right there from Xu Wan-Swan. What a great play. Going across the diamond was Jesus Navarro. Venezuela gets out of the inning, giving up just the 1 run. And we'll see the Venezuela high-powered offense here. Alexander Gamboa going to lead off. Hits it hard to third. And a nice start for Chinese Taipei. The quick out, bringing up Ricardo Salazar. I think Venezuela would do well not to underestimate Chinese Taipei. They have had such a smooth go of it, has this Venezuela team, that they could be forgiven for thinking they could just show up and win another one. Their first game was against Japan. A lot of people thought that was going to be a close matchup. First set was pretty close. Venezuela won 11-7 in the first set. But then they just absolutely clobbered Japan 11-0 in the second set. And that's when you knew that Venezuela was here to win it. They came back on day 2 and took care of Turkey 2-1 in the first set, 8-5 in the second set. But this will be a real challenge Maria Meza with one out and a runner on second. Throw to first, and that's it. I thought there were two outs. The scoreboard had one, but just the one base runner for Venezuela. Look at that beautiful pick on the short hop by Chung Cha Lee. And this Baseball 5 Youth World Cup is really getting into the thick of it now. Over on field 2, a good matchup that sees Spain up by 3. Spain taking on Tunisia in the placement bracket. Back at the top of the lineup, and another leadoff hit for Chen Zhuo Chen, who's one of the fastest players in this tournament. I mean, he can really fly. Plays hard. Everybody's been playing hard. But when he gets moving, nobody's been able to catch him. Now the bunt play to advance the runner. I think Chinese Taipei is coming into this second inning with the idea that, hey, we've already got a 2-0 lead. So if we just add one, we're in really good place here in inning number 2. If we just add one an inning, it's going to be really tough for Venezuela to catch up. So that's why you get the leadoff man on, you move him to second, and now you hope for something. And they get the runner to third. Now you need a hit to bring him home. Great play there by Venezuela. Neither of these teams are going to make mistakes. That much we know. And that's a base hit to drive in another run. It goes to 3-0 Chinese Taipei. Chung Cha Lee coming up clutch. Other scores from earlier today. France beat Puerto Rico in the placement rounds. Korea beat Syria. Congratulations to Korea. That's their first win at the tournament. Out the call. The ball did not clear the no-hit zone 3-meter line. And we'll go to the bottom of the second. 3-0 Chinese Taipei in a fast-moving first set. We're back to fast Baseball 5. In the last matchup, Mexico and Kenya, it might have been one of the longest Baseball 5 games in history. High scoring. It went 3 sets. Took nearly 2 hours. I think it was an hour and 55 minutes officially, which is very unusual in the Baseball 5 universe. Leadoff hitter here is Denismar Porteles. And Venezuela having trouble getting things started here in the early going. Back to the top of the lineup, it's Gamboa. And if you are new to Baseball 5, you've noticed 5 players in the lineup for each team. There's 8 on each roster, but just 5 in the starting lineup. We'll play 5 innings. That'll be the first set. Then we'll go back to zeros and start again, play another 5-inning set. It's a best of 3. Nice job stretching up over her head there by Chin Chao Lin. Hard ball up the middle, nicely done, Salazar. Can the 2-out rally get going for Venezuela? Oh, that's a good hard ball off the pitcher's position. That's Chen. Obviously, it doesn't feel right to call him a pitcher because there's nobody throwing a pitch. The batted ball starts the action. A look down to the Venezuela coach's box. It's about as long as you'll ever see somebody with the ball in the square before they put it in play, but Chinese Taipei very patient and very calm, making the third out of the second inning. They'll carry a 3-0 lead into the third, and I'm telling you, Chinese Taipei is likely to play for just one more run. Just keep adding. You have that advantage when you score 2 in the first. Just keep counting. Alessia Ciccone waits for a batter from Chinese Taipei. That's Niwaldo Zorrilla for Venezuela. The coach having a word at the scorer's table. Everybody gets on the same page. Well played. See, you might have thought that was just a good bounce, but that was intentional. It's been one of my favorite pieces of the game to watch, how the defensive work keeps evolving in this still very young discipline. We're only 3 years removed from the first ever Baseball 5 World Cup. We're only 8 years since the first ever WBSC Baseball 5 event in Havana, Cuba. And in every country, the work has been put in behind the scenes, hours, hundreds, thousands of hours of practice. And the game is growing organically. It's developing organically. And one of the things we're seeing is the defensive guiding of balls to bases. You don't always have to pick it up, transfer, and throw. Sometimes you just pop it with the open hand with the palm to the base you want it to go to. Right there, that's more like a classic, awesome baseball play. The pickup, the proper throw. And now it'll be Venezuela already in the bottom of the third. This game now 11 minutes old. Already halfway through the opening set. Will Venezuela break through? You feel like the way this is going, they kind of have to score here in the third inning. Porteles leads off with a line drive foul. Good discipline from Chung Cha Lee, third baseman for Chinese Taipei. He started to reach the arm out, you see, and then he pulled it back. Wanted no part of it when he identified that that ball was going foul. Tried to get that one with one hand, nothing doing. One out base runner for Venezuela, it's Gamboa. Salazar now, that was almost a bounce off one teammate to another, and here we go. This is what Venezuela needed to do. They needed a couple of base runners. First time they've had two runners on base. The field opens up for you a little bit when you have the two base runners. Jesus Navarro trying to find an opening. He looks around. Found some daylight on the right side. Safe. That's another bit of the evolution of the game. A lot of players diving with the ball in their hand, trying to touch the base with the ball in the hand. A little late right there. And we're going to have a quick timeout, dealing with a little bit of an injury. The physio is going to head out for Chinese Taipei. You'll see players diving all the time. And you think, oh, there must be a little bit of padding on the court. There's not. And so I think just a little bit of a burn there, diving across the court. The shirt got pulled up. And you see the rest of the Chinese Taipei team there again. That right hip took the brunt of that fall and immediately went and looked at it. Got it bandaged up. Chen, the leadoff man for Chinese Taipei. And look at this. Chinese Taipei moving their defenders around. This is as well coached a team as I think we have here. This team is awesome. I think if they win this game and they advance to the gold medal game tomorrow night, they have a chance to be the first nation other than Cuba to win a Baseball 5 World Cup. Cuba is not guaranteed a spot, like we said. They still need to beat Mexico today. But they've had a lot of time to rest and recover after their win earlier today over Lithuania, where Mexico, on the other hand, just gave everything they had to beat Kenya in 3 sets, including extra innings in the second set. Knocked down, sidearm, first base, 3 innings in the books. A fired up Chinese Taipei with a 3-0 lead over Venezuela. Venezuela's not yet gotten going, and I'm not sure they're going to here in the opening set. Something, though, that we've all learned, you can't read too much into just one set. We've seen teams get shut out in the first set and then come back and win sets 2 and 3. That's happened a number of times, actually. It's pretty cool to see. Sometimes they change tactics. Sometimes they just play a little better game. Everybody in position, ready to go, including our 6 camera positions for our Mega Cable broadcast. This crew has done an amazing job covering this tournament, their first ever Baseball 5 tournament. It's not easy to learn a new discipline on the fly, but they're not acting like it's a new discipline. That's why you've gotten all these great replays from every angle. Look at that play. Safe the call. It was a great job getting the ball over to first. And now Chinese Taipei going to try the bunt. Another dive onto the hard court. That time Salazar goes down to the deck. And in the top of the 4th inning with 1 out, Chinese Taipei a 3-0 lead and a runner on second. Chen Chuan Chen. One of the most exciting players here, in my opinion. Hard hit. That'll advance the runner. Yes, it will. And then the bluff. That is another part of the evolution of the game. You see defensive players try to fake out their opponents. Sometimes it's before the ball gets put in play. They'll set up on one side of the diamond and then quickly dash to the other. And the play you just saw, the fake throw, is an attempt to get that runner off base. But a well-disciplined Chinese Taipei team not taking the bait there. That ball was foul, so out number 2. Back to third goes Chung. The pop fly off the wall. Ouch. Hard into the wall, up the middle for Gamboa. The pop-up is, I think, the most difficult play to execute as a hitter. We saw it done to perfection in the Kenya game earlier. You see, you're trying to get that ball to drop before it hits the wall. And if you're Gamboa, you're trying to avoid the wall too. Couldn't do it. But when that play works out right, when the batter's able to get just the right amount of arc on the ball, it's a beauty. And I'm telling you, that Kenya game, Kenya was down to their last out. They had the tying run on third, and they went to the pop-up, and it worked. Dropped right in front of the fence. I think that was the play of the tournament to this point in terms of just how important it was in that particular game. The level of difficulty, extremely high degree of difficulty, and it was perfect execution. That was off the wall. Out the call. It went straight off the wall. If it had taken a hop just before it got there, then it would have been okay. That was a low line drive, but you cannot bang it off the wall. It has to bounce. So there's 2 outs, and Venezuela has no answers for this Chinese Taipei defense yet. That's off the wall. Navarro ripped it, but contrary to traditional baseball and softball, sometimes you don't want to hit it hard. Chinese Taipei playing a perfect game here. They are 1 inning away from claiming this first set that so far is only 19 minutes old. There's a catch. And another ball that probably would have hit the wall had the defender let it go. It's a split-second decision, not an easy one to make. Wow, what a recovery. After the initial bobble, I wasn't sure there was enough time to get the out at first, but there was. 2 up, 2 down, top of the 5th. Chinese Taipei trying to extend it. Another amazing play on the reflexive move at short. 1, 2, 3 goes Chinese Taipei from one player to another, falling backwards, and the one-handed grab at first. That one had it all, folks. Bottom of the 5th, here we go. Venezuela needs 3 to tie and force extras. If they can score 4, they will walk off winners here in the first set. I think there may have been a little bit of the toe that slipped over the batter's box there, but Moreno got away with it. And that's exactly what Venezuela needed, a lead-off base runner, something they have been lacking here in the opening set. Out at second, no reason to make that relay throw to first in that case. You see the big inflatable Mega Cable man hanging out. I told you it would just be a couple more minutes, and we are back at it, ready to go. Venezuela and Chinese Taipei set 2. You see the little yellow circle next to Chinese Taipei. That shows that they won the first set, and they start the second set with a base runner. Chen Chuan-Chen, he's making a bid to be the MVP of this tournament. Number 4 for Chinese Taipei. Keep an eye on him. One of the most dynamic players involved in the event. It's a little early to start the MVP conversation, but at the same time, this tournament, well, each of these teams has just one game left, and so far, Chen Chuan-Chen has been the MVP for Chinese Taipei. Then, of course, you see that cannon from the shortstop position. That's Gamboa. He is making a bid to be the defensive player of the tournament. You just don't want to test that throwing arm. It's accurate as well as strong. Chinese Taipei has a runner on third. Nice grab. You know, for every great throw from short, it's equally important that you get the catch from first base. And in a rubber ball that is designed to bounce, it's not easy to get that every time. There was a violation there for the batter leaving early. You see Alessia Ciccone, the home plate umpire, the out call. And that's huge for Venezuela, not to let Chinese Taipei get a first inning lead. You can change your strategy if you have a first inning lead. And with the 2-0 lead after the first in the first set, Chinese Taipei just kind of put it on cruise control, knowing that they had the edge. Now is it going to be Venezuela that gets a first inning lead and can change the way they play? The leadoff short ball from Alexander Gamboa. Nerlin Moreno. Hard hit, first base side. 2 on with nobody out. Here we go, Venezuela looking to start fast. They need to win this set to force a tiebreaker. Right side, all that great defense we were talking about from Chinese Taipei in the first set, we're not seeing it yet. They haven't made an out, and Venezuela has a 1-0 lead, and they're poised to make it a pretty big inning here. Exciting time in the baseball, softball world, Baseball 5 world. The U18 Softball World Cup about to get underway in Oklahoma City in the United States. Just coming off the U18 Baseball World Cup in Japan. These are some big tournaments all taking place here in the month of September. This Baseball 5 Youth World Cup included in that. You can really call it the U18 Baseball 5 World Cup. It's sort of the same thing. A pop-up, a catch, and a double play. That's how you get out of the inning, limiting the damage. Chen Chuan-Chen very alert to go to third base. Moreno, when she saw the bobble, took off. And you see how well that worked out. Big stuff from Chinese Taipei defensively. Venezuela does have that run. Apologies for the scoreboard. There it is. 2 runs, I should say. No, 1. Thought so. What we're using for our Megacable feed, the same as the in-house scoreboard. Chinese Taipei, no offense yet. Trying to get something started here in the second. Was that a fair ball? It was. No, sorry. Off the wall. It was fair, but it was off the wall, so it's an out. That doesn't give it the best look. However, you could sort of feel the camera shake, and that's a good indicator that it hit the wall. Maybe there'll be another look from behind home plate. I don't think you're likely to see this call overturned. There's no replay. What can happen and what's going to happen is the officials can get together, and if somebody clearly saw it differently than the original call, that's when it can get changed. But again, I wouldn't expect that here. Sometimes it's a matter of centimeters. Did it hit the court or did it hit directly off the wall? In that case, it hit directly off the wall. 2 up, 2 down to start the Chinese Taipei half of the second. I think we all saw how important an early lead is in that first set. Bounce across. This is a high level of play here in Baseball 5. No mistake that these two teams are in the semifinals. Venezuela coming up in the bottom of the second with the 1-0 lead. And it'll be Gamboa. He's got the really awesome eye black on. We're kind of half outdoors, half indoors here. We're exposed. The sides are open, but there's a tent over top of us, and that came in handy earlier today when it started to rain in the middle of the second quarterfinal matchup. A hard ball off the wall. Now a soft one up the middle. Safe. That's what I was talking about earlier, diving with the ball in hand. I like that play a lot. Oh, that was even closer than it looked in real time. 2 on, nobody out. Second straight inning, Venezuela has been set up like this. If you're going to go to the bunt play, you might want to go to the first base side to advance the runner. Otherwise, you risk what we just saw, the lead runner out. The quick release and a great call at third base. Now it's Maria Meza. Still first and second now with the 1 out. Out at first base, and then quickly it's important then to take the next step, send the ball home. One hop to third and across the diamond for the out that ends the inning. They keep those runners on second and third. That was an important play. Shuwan Swan, the third baseman for Chinese Taipei, I think has been another one of the best players at the tournament. There's both a male and female MVP award given out at the end of the tournament because it's a mixed gender sport. You may have noticed there's always at least 2 players of each gender on the field at all times. A pop-up here. That was a crafty play. And the Leadoff runner on for Chinese Taipei, who we should note, well, both teams we should note playing with 3 girls and 2 boys in this second set. It's not a requirement it be that way. It could go 3-2 of any gender. And now we're going to have a first and second setup for Chinese Taipei. No, second and third. The ball thrown around a little bit by Venezuela. And that cracks open the door for what could be a big inning for Chinese Taipei if they're able to come storming through. A lot happening on that play. First, the base runner thinking it would be caught went back, then she ran. It was actually because of that hesitation in heading from first to second that Venezuela even made the play, that they thought they had a chance. In the end, it would have been a better idea just to hold on. Now it's a bunt, and it's dropped. Nobody home, so the run scores. And Chinese Taipei thinking about getting into a rundown here. Venezuela hoping to call time with the runners on first and third. Salazar, who had the chance to make the catch, really upset. He read the bunt well, but his eyes were up. He didn't really see it into his hand. And that's why instead of making the catch, there's still nobody out. The go-ahead run on third, Chinese Taipei. Back at the top of the lineup, hard hit ball, bounces off first. Everybody's safe, and it's 2-1. Chinese Taipei has taken the lead. And they are now just 3 innings away from winning this second set and earning a trip to the gold medal game tomorrow night, the main event. Ground ball right side, bases loaded, still nobody out. Venezuela's going to take the timeout, I think. You have to right here. I think Venezuela, by only scoring 1 in the first inning after looking like they were going to score 2 or 3, may have given Chinese Taipei a little too much to work with. Bases loaded, none out. There's the little friendly, we'll call it, collision at third base. Now the batter, Chen Kualin. On the ground, right side, out there, out at second. That was not a force play. There needed to be a tag there, but the runner called out. A run did score. The officials saying the tag was applied. Watch for yourself and see. But importantly, again, Chinese Taipei did score a third run on that double play. And they have a runner on third, so another hit would likely make it 4-1. That's a tough place to go with it. Gamboa, the great arm, but it's a 3-run top of the third for Chinese Taipei. And they're back in front by 2, just like they were for much of the first set. Can Venezuela find a way to chip away? Gamboa hits it hard off the third baseman. And he'll be aboard with a leadoff single. That brings up Moreno. I say single. There are not singles, doubles, triples the way that Baseball 5 is scored. It's either a hit or the batter runner is safe. There's almost never an error charged because it's such a high degree of difficulty to make a defensive play. just doesn't feel right to ever call an error on anybody. That's what I would call an unforced error. Anytime a batter hits it over the wall or off the wall or foul, that is it's a mistake, and it happens. These are human beings playing the game. That's another back-to-back unforced errors. Back-to-back balls off the wall. That one was low. It was really close. But it did hit it on the fly. You see some give there. Still just the runner on first. That's Gamboa after his leadoff single. And I think that's a smart decision, not trying to throw it there. Not a lot of good could come of that throw. It's going to be first and second with 2 outs. Venezuela is going to need to come up with a couple more hits here in the bottom of the third to tie it. And a quick break for medical attention over at first base. I didn't see what happened down there. It's like something on the leg for Maria Meza. This is where that magic spray comes in handy. Chinese Taipei doing well just to keep moving, stay loose. Oh, it might have been in that extra long stride, which in the end was kind of unnecessary because the throw wasn't made. You can see the grimace from Meza asking for time. She just did a couple of trips back and forth between first and second and seems to be well enough that she will stay in the game. Her team needs her. Down by 2 in the bottom of the third. A look of concern coming from the Venezuela dugout on the third base side. That's a pop fly and a one-handed catch with some excitement. Fired up is Chen Chuan Chen. The bare hand play is awesome to see. And we're going to the 4th inning. The score remains Chinese Taipei 3, Venezuela 1. Venezuela had the lead through 2. But that's when Chinese Taipei got going. Keep in mind, both of these teams have already played today, so they're digging deep into the energy reserves. There's only one more semifinal game that'll start a little less than 2 hours from now. It's Cuba and Mexico, 7 o'clock local time. The scheduled start for that one, about an hour and 45 minutes away. Alessia Ciccone, the home plate official, confirms with the scorers table that we're good to go. And so we shall. Into the 4th. Chinese Taipei trying to build on a 2-run lead. The pop-up, and that lands fair. I'm telling you, that's the best play to see in person. You just don't know until it lands if it's going to get down before the wall or not. It's always close. But as you saw right there, it bounced on the court before hitting the wall and ultimately going over the wall for a single. Now it's a bunt third base side. Too much speed from Chen. You've just seen 2 of the more creative plays that a batter can come up with. Now it's hard hit on the right side. That gets by the fielder on the right side, Moreno. Base is loaded. You can hear some coaching coming from Chinese Taipei down the first base line. Hard hit, throw home. Oh, it bounces away. out of play. That'll allow 2 runs to score. Big time stuff from Chinese Taipei. They go up 5-1, and I just don't see how Venezuela is going to come back and score 5 times with just 2 innings left. That's what it would take to win in 5. They, of course, could hold Chinese Taipei here and score 4, but still, even holding Chinese Taipei a tall order. They'll try again. They're throwing home again, and that's a good idea. I think that was done really well by Moreno. There wasn't a force play, so you didn't have to send the runner from third, but now you can set up the force play at home. That was just smart baseball 5 right there. I think keeping runs off the board right now more important than getting a couple of outs, and oh, that ball looked short. That ball looked really short, and the call gets made for the out. Yeah, it didn't clear the no-hit zone. Brian Maniecki from first base able to make that call. And there we go, the first out. Now it's a line drive to first and another out. That one went off the wall. So look at Venezuela here because they made that great play. Oh, hold on a second. You can see how close Sungmi Cha is to scoring. I think the conversation here is, did it go off the wall on a fly or did it hit the fielder? They'll get together and talk about it. So they're looking at a couple of things here. Bases loaded with 2 outs. I think the next player in the lineup due to bat is on third base. This doesn't happen very often, but there is protocol for it. The runner on third gets replaced so that they can take their turn at bat. And that's what's being sorted out right now at the scorer's table. Then there's what you just saw in the replay, where it did look like the first baseman got a piece of that ball on its way to the wall. But that's not the issue here. There are 2 outs. And 2 outs that we should add, Chinese Taipei has made themselves. One going short, and then one going long. One ball failing to clear the no-hit line, and one ball going hard off the wall. This would be something if Venezuela can stop the damage here. They have the right pieces in place now. And the ball is hit on the ground. The play to second. Everybody's going to be safe. A collision at home plate. Another run scores. The ball gets out of play, and 3 runs come home for Chinese Taipei. All on that well-placed line drive. You see the flip from Moreno to second, hit the base runner in the back. There's the collision. That's when the ball goes out of play, and that's why that 3rd run was allowed to score. And the young man who hit that one on the right side is the only base runner now. He's on third. Again, trying to sort out who should be where in terms of the base running. 8-1 the score because of that 3-run play. Oh no, they're going to take one back. 7-1. The runner had not yet rounded third when the ball trickled out, so it's actually going to be a 2-run hit. 7-1 the score. Still 2 outs, but 7 or 8. I'm not sure that it's going to matter. Venezuela has a long way to go and very little time to do it. They try the pop-up play. Gamboa, the catch. And that ends a rough top of the 4th from the Venezuela perspective. They need to find a way to score 6 times with 6 outs left. Gamboa leads off with a smash. He's on first. And you just have to go one at a time here if you're Venezuela. Don't try to get them all back at once. And that's 2 in a row, right where they needed to be. Another one right where it needed to be. And it's going to score the run. 7-2 with nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. Two on the third base side and then 1 hard up the middle. They try the pop-up. Really alert base running from Moreno, not to even take her foot off the base for a second. First out of the inning. Still a great start for Venezuela and 2 base runners. A lot of opportunities. Porteles surveying the defense. Hits it on the right side. Good job to get the runner at second by Chinese Taipei, and now they call time. They're about as good as any team in the tournament at doing that, and it's an important part of the game. Putting yourself in a position where when you call time, the officials give it to you, because if the runners decide to stay off their bases, the officials don't have to give you time. Chinese Taipei, they block the runners in, and it's really done better, I think, than any other team at this tournament in terms of creating dead ball situations so the other team can't add on and take the extra base. But as you see, Venezuela not deterred. They go out and get another run. It's 7-3 in the bottom of the 4th. Nice pickup. Shuan Swan sends us to the 5th. Chinese Taipei is the road team. High energy, high vibes here at the WBSC Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. Shu going to bat. She made that nice play to end the inning. Hard hit to third. The throw made in time. Not imperative the Chinese Taipei score here. They already have the 4-run lead. And again, they're going to try third base with no luck. Fuentes, the accurate throw. And Chen with 2 outs. Every player has their individual pregame routine. or pre-at-bat routine, I should say. Chen likes to live dangerously. He flips the ball in the air before he hits. You know Gamboa's got to be a great baseball player too because of the way he throws from short. He's just got awesome instincts. Now he comes across the bag, can't make the play, and Chen finds himself in trouble now in a rundown. He gets back to second, and Venezuela was reluctant to throw it. And I think Fuentes there, despite the frustration of some of her teammates, was saying, you know what, we just need one. So I'm not going to risk it, and I think that's a smart play. Bases loaded now. Oh, that's big. Chinese Taipei able to score again. And they survive the rundown. 8-3 in the fifth. Remember, they're just 3 outs away from winning a second straight set. Nice catch over the second base bag, and this is it for Venezuela. If they don't score 5 here in the bottom of the fifth, they will be playing for the bronze tomorrow night. If they do, well, then anything's possible. 5 runs in an inning. Is it hard? Yes. Is it impossible? Far from it. We've seen it all throughout the tournament. Diker Gonzalez is going to step in here and take the ball for the first at bat of the bottom of the fifth. Some fans already in position for the Mexico-Cuba game, which is the second and final semifinal game of the night. That'll get started about 90 minutes from now. There's a big leadoff hit for Venezuela, just like we said in the fourth, 1 at a time. That was a catch, a throw to first, a double play. And with the next out, wait till you see the celebration from Chinese Taipei. They are fired up. They were fired up when they won their quarterfinal matchup. I can't wait to see the celebration here when they win the semifinal. Sidearm toss from short, just not enough on that. Oh, that would have been too good. And again, the doctor out. This time it's Porteles. It was Meza earlier. And I think Porteles is going to come out. Yeah, she's not looking 100%. It's a very intense game played in a very small court. Relatively unforgiving on the body if you have any kind of misstep. We'll get a pinch runner here, and it's going to be Meza. She'll be given a moment to stretch out and get ready. Perhaps just delaying the celebration for Chinese Taipei, or perhaps Venezuela's going to have a big comeback here. Gamboa, the hitter. Gamboa is just too anxious to get the ball. His teammate is stretching. Hold on, my friend. He was looking upset with the officials for not giving him the ball, and so his teammate can tie her shoe and get ready. That's how eager he is to take his turn and hit it hard at third base. That's a fair ball that extends the game. Mesa still has not fully tied that shoe. It's Moreno now. Moreno hits it right side, off the wall. Pop to first, safe at first, bases loaded. Venezuela will not quit. See, that's a play we've seen Chinese Taipei make all day long. Perhaps the importance of the moment, getting to these players a little bit. Another chance here. To the right side, the flip to second, and Chinese Taipei is going to the gold medal game tomorrow night. They become the first team to qualify for a chance at a world championship. They did it in impressive fashion too, a straight set victory over a terrific Venezuela team that will play for the bronze. Just one semifinal matchup remaining. It's Cuba and Mexico. And it'll be a packed house here at Parque La Loma at 7 p.m. local time. It's 5:32 right now, so about an hour and a half away from our second semifinal to figure out who's going to play Chinese Taipei in the World Championship final. Hope you enjoyed that one. That was a perfect example of what you get at this Youth Baseball 5 World Cup. And we do hope you'll join us for the second semifinal in about an hour and a half. Until then, so long from Tepic. And congratulations to Chinese Taipei.